We're ready to begin the Sautter Award segment of the program this afternoon. Thank you all for being here, and I hope you're enjoying your day so far. The Larry Al-Sadr Award is given in memory of Larry Sautter, who spent 18 years at UC Riverside, was the Associate Vice Chancellor of Computing and Communications. He was viewed as an energetic and effective technologist and left behind a vibrant, entrepreneurial, and capable organization at Riverside. In 2000, the UC Joint Operations Group instituted the Sautter Award in Larry's memory, and it's to recognize and encourage innovation in teaching and research, awarding projects that make a good use of resources and can be adopted by other campuses. So this is a particularly fitting award this year at this conference with our theme of campus collaboration. To present the 2012 Sautter Awards, we're pleased to have David Ernst, our CIO and Associate Vice President at UCOP. Prior to coming to UCOP in 2008, David was CIO for the California State University system. David's focus is the creation of the UC cyber infrastructure, serving teaching and research, as well as enabling administrative efficiencies through strategic use of information technology. Please join me in welcoming David Ernst to our conference. We have a little award for you from Berkeley. To commemorate the conference, we'll give you a tie-dyed t-shirt too. And if you put it on before you leave, you will be identified as someone who can answer questions.
Then I won't. Thank you very much. People's Park is... Thanks. Well, it's a pleasure to be with you today to do the annual Sautter Awards presentation. Shelley went over, the genesis of the award. I thought I would just remind everyone of what the key criteria are, because each of the awardees and teams that we're going to be talking about today have met these criteria. And they are instruction and student service, research, how does it enhance the quality of research or UC's international research competitiveness, healthcare, how does it improve the quality of patient care at UC, community service, how does it enhance UC's outreach and service to California and the rest of the world, business, finance, and administration, how does it support the increased effectiveness of business or administrative processes, and finally, technology infrastructure. How does it improve UC's IT environment in a manner that enhances multiple services or reduces their cost? Now, we had 29 applications or submissions this year, and I have to say they were all of the usual high quality and made the selection committee's job all the tougher, but it was a job that had to be done, and those that will receive awards today were the ones that, at least in that committee's opinion, met the criteria to the greatest extent compared to the others. So we have three levels. We have honorable mention, we have the silver awards, and we have the gold awards. And so to build to an exciting crescendo of excitement, we're going to start with the honorable mentions and move up to the gold awards. The way we're going to do this, because we want to make sure we end within the half hour, is, in prior years, I've kind of given a brief description and said, you don't really want to hear from me. I think you'd rather hear from the team. And so I will call out the award, the name of the project, and the names that I have here, who are people who are supposed to be here. If I leave your name out, I'm sorry. This is the most up-to-date notes I have. They even gave me phonetic spelling on some of the names, which is helpful. I'd like for anyone who's here, who's a part of the team, even if I don't call your name, to come up and have one person be the spokesperson. And rather than give a description of the particular project, because we'll have time for that afterwards, I'd like you to in like 60 seconds or less, talk about the most rewarding aspect of working on the project as a member of the team, because I think that human interest brings out a little bit more than just what the title is and what the project is. So be thinking about that. This will be the mic you'll be using, so everybody who's here that was on the project, even if I don't call your name, come up to the front. So the first honorable mention project is EasyID, long-term identifiers made easy. And believe it or not, this is Joan Starr and a UCOP. Hi, Joan.
Believe it or not, huh?
Yeah. Even UCOP does good things.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Well, I'm from California Digital Library, and we very often do good things.
Quasi-UCOP.
Well, this is a really very rewarding project, a very rewarding program to work on, because we are able to enhance the work of researchers. EasyID, which is how we say it, makes performing research, brings research to light, gives researchers credit for their work by assigning identifiers, long-term identifiers, to data primarily, although they can use it for other work as well. They can assign these identifiers and then maintain them over time, so they get credit for their research, they can track their research, track the impact of their research, and so on. And so we're sort of supercharging data, and it's terrifically exciting. What's more is we're doing this on a cost recovery basis. We have to pay our way, and we're 3/4 of the way there, so that's been really, really exciting. And almost all of you have this available to you on your campus. There's only one campus left for us to sell to. So it's been exciting work. I have a great team, Greg Janae at Santa Barbara, and John Kunze at, believe it or not, California Digital Library, and our boss, Tricia Cruz. So anyway, thank you for the award.
Thank you. Okay, the next honorable mention is the Financial Link Self-Service Portal, campus-wide web-based portal for the financial administrator. I think that's longer than the title. This is UC San Diego, and I have Kian Colstock and Emily Deere on my list.
Thank you. 60 seconds or less. Basically, you know, being part of the UC system, everyone's encouraged to go their own way and develop their own IT framework for this or that. And really, we endeavored to pull all employee and financial information together that had been propagated over the last 15 to 20 years on campus and had become very fragmented and disparate. We pulled it together in less than 12 months with no funding, and we put together a excellent portal, in my mind, that basically changes its behavior based on who you are and what you do. Some of that includes some dynamic calendar of events tailored to what you do. We have an approvals dashboard concept, which hooks a lot of our legacy systems together and tells you if you need to approve something, even if it is in an old rickety system. And we also have a lot of other things that pull information together and present it in a very clever way that helps you do your job better if you're working on the administrative faculty and staff side. And the most rewarding thing for me is being able to do all of this with the team with no official mandate. We just kind of decided to do it with the clients, and it kind of grew organically, so very rewarding for the team.
Great, thank you very much. The next honorable mention is Jazzy B, Berkeley's new graduate admissions system. And I've got Bill Clark, Judy Dobry, Corinne Kosmitsky, Yu Hung Lin, Wayne Chan, Jason Murray, and John Johnson. Who's going to be the spokesperson?
Well, working on Jazzy B has been really exciting. First of all, we have amazing code because it allows every department to have their own admissions application. And that means that, you know, this idea of holistic review where candidates can really be evaluated, completely is a reality at our campuses. And we owe this wonderful system primarily to the wonderful work of John Johnson at UCSF. He's just done an amazing job, and he's been so generous in sharing it here. And I'd also like to thank the whole team here at UC Berkeley. Not only did we implement it, but we also came up with a review system that's just as flexible as the admissions application, so that all of our departments and all of our faculty can review for the first time online instead of on paper. Thanks very much.
And last and certainly not least, we have the Research Participant Management System, Josel Dumlau and Marcus Summer.
So we work for the Clinical and Translational Science Institute at UCSF, and we were tasked with recruiting participants for the PIs, and one way we did that was to create a registry, which this is. It's built on the Salesforce system, so people can come in, consent, and sort of give us self-reported health information for them. We track it all in the back end, and we contact them of any clinical studies that they might be able to participate in at UCSF. And it was put together by really Ed Martin's group. The customization on the Salesforce system was put together by his group and his programmers and his project management. So we'd like to thank them for all their efforts. And I think the most rewarding thing for us is just how the public have really embraced it. We launched it in February. There's about 500 names in there now, and people are just coming on board, giving us their health information and letting us use that to enroll participants into clinical studies. So it's been really great.
Great. Okay, that completes our honorable mentions, and now we'll move to the silver awards. And we awarded 2 silvers this year, and one of them is to Koala Reddy in Berkeley. We have Tom Tsai, Karen Blyman, Kai Shea, Giannini Contardo, and Paul Diamond.
Tall people have a problem. There we go. There goes 30 seconds.
Any conclusion?
I got it, thank you. I think from the 30,000-foot level, our greatest satisfaction in the Koala Reddy project, which, by the way, this is our second Sautter Award. We won one, the same team essentially won one in 2007 for the earlier stage of the project, which at that time was called Restarting Berkeley. But this time, I think our overriding pleasure in this project is in looking at the outcome, that we've created something which is now being used by, last count was 85 universities in the US, in Canada, and Australia. Not only being used, but they're paying to use it. And but on a slightly lower, at a slightly lower altitude, I think that we're especially pleased at a number of things. One is that we have been functioning as a team for 7 years now, I think. And we like our team. We like each other. We're still talking to each other. We work well together, and that's priceless. We also have created for the Koala Foundation. Koala Reddy, by the way, is a business continuity planning application aimed specifically at universities. And it still remains the only one in existence designed for that purpose. Along the way, we've created for the Koala Foundation its first software as a service application. And along with that, not only the code and the software delivery systems, but also the business systems, which Koala is now using to implement all of that. So we look back and we're pretty happy, I think, with what the team has accomplished. And I personally, as the functional owner and functional designer of this program, who am now retired. I retired a year ago, so I can't really say I'm any longer a member of the team. But I am just so pleased to have been working with this group of people so long and so happily. Thank you all.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Second silver award is another one fairly close to home. Greening Our Data Center, a research and operations collaboration, and from LBNL, Rocio Alvarez and others are coming forward.
Tall people do have a problem. There we go. So the project we have, you'll learn more about it. We'll be out there later on. It's about retrofitting a data center to make it more energy efficient, a 25-year-old data center. And it's at the Berkeley lab. I think one of the most rewarding things is being here is that now you all know that the Berkeley lab exists, and there's a lab in the UC system, and it's not Livermore. And I welcome you all. If you're all here visiting, we're right up the hill. There's a lot of cool scientific things to go see up there. But the project itself, I think, was very rewarding in that it brought together the IT division, which is the division that I run, and researchers that are doing research in the field of data center and energy efficiency, and that's Al-Sadr's group. And they're internationally known for doing that kind of work. And we were very fortunate to have that group on at the lab and be able to work with them to actually be their laboratory in this, somewhat of an experiment to really try and retrofit this data center. They also brought in a startup company that did wireless sensors. So it was a really fun and cool experiment that actually really worked out to the benefit of the lab to make us much more energy efficient, drop down our PUE. Our PUE went way down with a very minimal investment. So I think that was the exciting part of it, and the outcome was also very good. So I welcome you to come and meet with Dale's group and talk to them if you're interested in doing anything like this. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, so now we have the Gold Award, and we have 3 golds this year. And the first one is UC San Diego again, delivering an amazing web experience on every device, responsive design. And I have Brett Polak, Christian Horta, Mojgan Amini. You gonna talk?
Just stand here. Thanks very much. So in terms of the most rewarding thing about this project, I would say, certainly it was the team stepping up. So responsive web design was the technology we used to redesign the campus homepage. So if you guys got a mobile phone, pull up ucsd.edu on your mobile device, and you'll notice it fits the width of your phone, or it fits the width of your tablet, or it fits the width of whatever device you use. So at the time, when we submitted this presentation proposal, responsive design was pretty much on the forefront of web technologies. To show you how fast it's caught up, it's pretty standard and more mainstream now, so I almost feel like it's kind of old. We got to think about the next big thing. So I think the most rewarding thing was adopting a new technology in its very early stages and then applying it to our campus and then making it available so that other IT units, other folks on campus could take advantage of it. So I think, when we see other folks using what we developed in terms of our framework, I think that kind of makes us smile a little bit, knowing that, we help people out. So thanks very much.
And the second Golden Award is the DMPT tool, which I think stands for Data Management Planning Tool, to UCOP, and I have the name of Perry Willett and others.
Thank you. Yes, this is the DMP tool is for researchers to create data management plans that are now required by many funding agencies. And it helps keep UC researchers competitive as they apply for grants. And the most rewarding part of it for me as a project manager was just how collaborative this project was. It fits the theme of this conference. We had team members across UC from, particularly from UCLA and UC San Diego. I don't know if Darrow Cole is here. Hey, Darrow. The nature of the collaboration was such I've never actually seen Darrow before, so happy to meet you, Darrow. This was really the most collaborative project I think I've ever worked on, and we were able to come together quickly, form requirements, and do the project within the span of about 10 months, and working across about 3 or 4 time zones. So it was quite a remarkable project, and we now have over 2,300 users, and across all the UC campuses and many other institutions across the country. So, thank you.
And our final Sautter Golden Award is going to UC Davis and UC Davis Medical Center Research Volunteer Registry, Daniel Cotton and Mike Manier.
Well, thank you. This project was rewarding to us on multiple levels. The first one, it was a very successful and tight collaborative effort between our information technology group and the research community, bringing something to them that they didn't really have, and that's a central tool to kind of recruit research volunteer subjects, which are a real key and critical component to any sort of research study. The other part, and probably the most rewarding aspect of it, was that we created a tool that allowed the volunteers who dedicate their time in very sensitive and trying times, whether it be themselves or their child, to maintain and update information that's critical in helping to further science and be involved with research studies. The interface allows them to keep their information up to date, participate in what they feel is a very secure environment, and allows them to feel connected to our university. These are individuals who are already working with the clinical groups and have established a relationship, and we felt this was an important aspect to keep them coming back, because without them, the studies wouldn't have much success. So, thank you.
Thank you. So, I guess in closing, I just want to say thank you to all those who submitted entries. Obviously, a special recognition to those who were selected. But I think more than anything, the 4 years that I've done this award, the Sautter Awards, has taught me something I guess we all knew all along, and what a great pleasure and honor it is to work for the University of California. And when you look at the wonderful work that our colleagues are doing day after day, not necessarily because they're going to be putting in for the Sautter Award, but because they're committed to their colleagues and to their institution. And this is just a small way of recognizing the great work that's done. So let's hear it for all of the Sautter attendees.
Well, thank you very much, David. It's a pleasure to hear about all of your hard work, and congratulations again to all of the Sautter Award winners.